Well, hello, my friends. Welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. I would like to thank you for joining me today. Today is day 18 of Missouri Star Quilt Company's Jenny's Countdown to Christmas. The project we received in our bag today is the Hexie Dreams pillow. This will pair with our Wandering Ways charm squares. And in our package also came some double-sided interfacing, a Hexie template. So we will be making the pillow today, so I just want you guys to join me, and I have already chosen my 12 pieces of charms. I believe that's what it is. I am doing the 16-inch pillow. This pattern, you can do the 12-inch or a 16-inch. I am doing a 16-inch pillow. With the 16-inch pillow, you have to choose 19 charm squares because you're going to create a border on the outside of the pillow. But you need 12 charm squares to make your hexies out of. I have already chosen my 12 squares. I've already drawn them on using the template. You just cut your charm in half and lay your template over half of your charm and trace it out. There are holes here also that you just mark your holes and then draw your lines, because you will need that to put your interfacing on your Hexie. So I am going to turn you guys down so you can see what I'm talking about on this. So just hang with me real quick and I'll have you turned down watching me. Okay, so here on my work area, you will see I have my pattern, my template, my pre-cut fusible interfacing, my already cut square hexies here. See, I marked that one on the wrong side, but it's not going to matter because as soon as I press it, that will go away. I have my hexies here with my lines marked on it. See if you can see that. I have my glue stick, which we did receive this glue stick also in our Missouri Star Quilt box. I have my stiletto. You'll see real quick why I use this. And I have my cutter, and this is not used for its intended purpose. But you'll see where I have quite a few of my hexies already done over here. But I'm going to show you, I left 3 of them out, or 4 of them out. But I will only show you how I do one of them. So I'm going to get my pattern out of the way. I will use all of this except for the pattern and the template right now. So here's our Hexie that's already cut out. We take a pre-cut interfacing right there. Take our glue stick. I'm going to go ahead and take my protector off of this. And I will tell you, I use this already, and when you use this, make sure to clean the glue off of it. I was still using it, so I haven't cleaned mine yet. But you will see what I'm talking about, why I use this. You could use something else, but it helps greatly to preserve your fingers. I'm taking my glue stick, and I've got my Hexie laid in the marked lines. And I start on the side because it's just easiest, and that's actually how it showed in the pattern. I don't know if that was intentional. You could probably start anywhere, but I start on the side, rolling my glue, and then I just take my stiletto and roll that up. So once I get that one rolled over and pressed, I go to the next side. And I just keep going around the Hexie. Now make sure you have a good coating of that glue, because if you don't, it does not hold very good. And now you see why I say clean your stiletto real good, because you get glue all over everything doing this. I try to press everything down real nicely with my stiletto so it doesn't pop up. And yeah, I know you can hear a roaring. That is my air unit coming through the air vent. My mic picks everything up. So I apologize. My unit just kicked on. My husband is in, so we normally run it when he's in. Especially early in the morning, and it's real early in the morning. It's probably 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I just felt like getting up and getting this finished because I had cut everything out yesterday, and I'm like, I really wanted to get this done because I'm really excited to see what the finished project looks like. And I will tell you, I did not tell you everything that is required for the pillow. Give me a second and I'll open the pattern up and I will tell you. Actually, I think I could turn it over and see it on the back. I'm trying to roll this over real good, so I'm not looking at the pattern yet, I'll tell you. Okay, this fits a project 12 or 16 inch pillow form. You need one package of 5-inch print squares or charms, half a yard of background fabric, a 12 or 16 inch pillow form, and it says the Missouri Star 1-inch stretched hexagon template, pre-cut double-sided fusible fleece hexagon shapes, and a glue stick. And all of that's included. Okay, the last three things are included. Well, most of the things are included in our project box or in our Annie's Countdown to Christmas. The only things you will need to purchase or pull out of your stash is a 12 or 16 inch pillow form. I did have a pillow form, but it was an 18 inch, so I had to go buy one. And half a yard of background fabric. I do have background fabric because not too long ago I purchased a complete bolt from Missouri Star Quilt Company of the Bella Solid, a white, and if you'll notice the picture has it on a white, so I thought I want to do it like that to see maybe if I can, because I thought that was real pretty. They also show doing it in a color right there. That's the 16 inch pillow, that colored one. I probably should have just got a 12 inch pillow form, but I didn't really, it was too small. I mean, what you gonna do with a 12 inch pillow form? I mean, other than this, but where are you going to put that? That ain't even big enough to put on your bed. And I mean, this would look pretty in my bedroom, but even the colors I chose a lot of the orange colors. And orange, purples, yellows, and greens. Well, I mean, I chose a lot of colors. Now, this is the same charm pack that we used for the bag, the handbag. So we're getting 2 projects out of one charm pack. Okay, once I get that, oh, I'm sorry, I need to turn you up a little more, because once I have all of that glued, I didn't show it on this, and this one laid pretty tight. This one did too, but I'm going to show you. I'll turn these over. I did this to quite a few of them, and I take whatever this is called, and I press it real good to make sure everything presses nice. Okay, so now I have finished all of my, I'm going to bring them over here so you can see them, my little Hexies. I've completed that. Now, I am going to read some of the instructions for you because I kind of skipped around on how I did this. First thing, of course, they tell you is how to cut your fabric. I am going to tell you, if you are doing the 16 inch pillow, you can bypass one of the steps. The 16-inch pillow tells you the first thing is to get your 19 squares, charm squares. 7 of them will be used for the border. You go in and take those 7 and cut them how it instructs to do it in here. But then it tells you for your background fabric. It tells you first to cut one size, and then it tells you in a second, and then it tells you to subcut that into one square. And then it tells you to cut another wider piece, subcut that into 2 rectangles. If you only do the second one that is larger, you will still have enough fabric left out of that width of fabric to cut the one square. So just cut that one larger one, and then out of what you have left, because I'll tell you how I cut it. They show you opening it up and then cutting. Don't do that. Leave it folded, and then trim your selvage off, and then cut your 2 rectangles first. And then when you unfold what is left, you have enough to do that one square, and you just cut that one square out of what's left. So save yourself some fabric, because that other piece is a good portion of fabric that you would lose. Unless I use it further down the line, I didn't see it. It did not give me any cutting instructions for the rest of it. So I'm going to say that one cut from the background fabric, the larger piece, is enough to do all your background fabric. So the second thing we have to do to start making our pillow is to take our square, this is my square, you'll see, and fold it. Find the center. You see where I folded and I've ironed it, because I'm not good at finding centers without pressing that center in there. And I will turn you guys down so you can see this. All I'm going to be doing is arranging my hexies, and I'm moving things out of the way so I can turn you down. But these are my 2 rectangles that I have. And I'm just going to sit these over to the side out of the way. And let me read my instructions, because I will tell you, in one part of the instructions it tells me to sew my, okay, these are the 7 charms, and you just cut them equal, 4 squares out of 1 charm. You know what size that is. So I have these sitting aside waiting. The next thing we're going to do is arrange our hexies. So I will turn you down so you can see how my mind works on arranging things like this. It may be completely different than everybody else's, so just hang with me and I'll have. Okay, now you can see my square, my center point right here. In the photo here, you'll see how they use like the flowered ones, and then when they went out, they use kind of the same colors. I may do that, I may not, because I think mine was just a variety of stuff, a variety of colors. So we're just going to see how we can do that. And they did use the flowered ones, but I used most of those on my handbag. So let's see. Kind of want the darker ones on the outside. So let's see. We can kind of do those on the outside. I'm trying to think, what color do I want on the inside? Let's go with this. And I think you line them up. This is a thought right here. So I'm just using the layout. I'm getting my Okay, and in here, I don't know, I could do the purples right here and then do the greens on the outside, because I do have 4 greens. We could do the greens and the yellows on the outside because I have 4 of each. And I'm trying to decipher. Well, no, it looks like I've got to, I need to kind of separate the colors a little bit. Because if I don't, I'll have all orange and pinks right together. Because I did do a lot of the oranges and pinks in this. I don't know why. I could have put more colors in it, but I didn't. And this is just kind of to get an idea, because I will end up having to press this to adhere these. I'm just putting a little space right here between. Okay. Every time I touch it with my finger, I make something else move. Okay, so we've got those set, and now we need to do 2 on each of these. So I guess we'll do, it doesn't look like I have enough reds, but we got enough pinks. And we do want to make sure they're lined up equally. So it's going to be a pink and an orange and a red and an orange. Or a dark orange and an orange. Okay, so this is my setup. So I am going to see, my next step is I have to press these down and then stitch them. And I have my little press mat right here behind me, or behind you. And I will slide this onto the press mat and start pressing it. So one moment and we'll start pressing. Okay, so now I have my thing pulled over on my pressing mat. So what I'm going to do is start from this outside edge and work my way over. I believe it is medium heat, which I have it on 1, no steam. I do not have my steam on. And 6 seconds. Being that, yeah, it's not real hot, I'm just going to start laying it on there. So you have one pop up there. And this is double-sided, so it's adhering to the Hexie and to the background. And guys, I think the thing that took the longest was to draw out the Hexies. So like if you have some time and you're just sitting and watching TV or something, get you one of them little dinner table trays or something and just do that. Then it wasn't hard at all. Okay, friends, so now our next step, you probably see I have some already started here, is we will be taking 2 sets of 8s and 2 sets of 6 and stitching them and making a long strip. This is going to be for the top and the sides of the pillow. I believe this is my first set of 8. Yes, this is my first set of 8. I'm about to do a second set of 8. And then I will sew them into a long strip. Now this is going, like I said, going to be making the border of the pillow. Once I get this done, I am then going to bring you guys to see how I am going to stitch my Hexies onto my pillow top. So just stay with me and you can watch me do the other set of 8s. These colors are completely random. There is no, I'm just trying not to get 2 of the same color and pattern side by side. These are all sewn on 1/4 of an inch. I think this will come out real beautiful because I do love that patchwork look. Okay, so this is an 8 square piece. Get it in the light so you can see it. I'm going to throw it over here to go with my ironing that I have to do. But now what I'm going to do is bring my pillow top over. This is my pillow top. And now I am going to stitch each one of these. I'm going to do a straight stitch. I'm going to move my needle all the way over and use the edge of my presser foot as a guide. And I'm going to watch. I got a little dust from doing the my 8 square strips, so I want to make sure. So what I'm going to do, dropping my presser foot there, and I am just going to sew right along that edge. Now this first one is kind of a test, because I don't know if it will catch the inside seam. Okay, I need one more stitch to make it where that'll be. So I hope everyone is having a very wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to you. Enjoying time with friends, family, loved ones, all the above. We are right now in preparations to go to my sister's house to visit with her children. She's having Christmas today because she has some children that live out of town, and while they're in town, they decided just to go on and do their Christmas. And we have a sick relative that some of them are coming in to see as well. And they're just going ahead and doing their Christmas. So let's check and see what this first one looks like. I hope I made it all the way to it. I I did, and it looks lovely. That looks beautiful. So what I am going to do is keep doing the inside stitching, starting on the inside and working my way out. The instructions do say, you know, quilt however you prefer. And I do have my setting set to where when I let off of my presser, off of my pedal, that my presser foot comes up just a little bit and my needle stays down. That is a setting in the machine. I can't remember how I did that, or I would tell you guys. But that is a great setting to have. Okay, I will bring you guys back once it's done and show you what the progress of this looks like. Okay, and now I have my pillow top completed or stitched down. I'm not putting batting on this. I don't think I'm going to do that anyway. But my next step is to put my sides on. I have 2 6 square pieces, and I have 2 8 square pieces. I have pressed them out. I am going to sew them on here, and I do need to correct something I said earlier. I said when we did this we only had 2 squares left. No, we had quite a few more, and I cut them all in squares. Don't know why I did that, but I cut them all in squares. That's okay. I can make another one of them little totes that I made the other day. It was so pretty. So what I'm going to do is put the, let's see which way we want this to go. I am going to start, make sure I have my end, and I'm on my 1/4 inch. And then I am just going to make sure that I stay on that 1/4 inch, and I'm having to move my foot pedal. And I have a little kitty cat over here beside me. I've been gone. And I guess he missed me. So, but I will just get these added on. We now have our sides on, and we are pressed and ready to add our 8 squares on. Okay, we have some seams that nest here. Probably only on this end. The others on the other end are probably going to be the same direction. But this first one here will nest. So I want to get it under the needle. And I will tell y'all, don't do a scant 1/4 inch on these. I did, and I had to go back and do a full 1/4 inch. So what I'm doing right now is I've just got some stitches in there to secure that in. Now I am making sure my seams are nesting. And once I get that nested seam sewn, I will then come back and make sure all the other edges are even. So this is, oh, I had 2 greens side by side. I'm not going to worry about it, because it would have been 2 greens side by side no matter which end I did it. Okay, so I will get the other one sewn on and bring you guys right back. I now have the complete top finished. I don't know if you can see this very well, because if I put it on the other side of the machine, it's dark. But this is the complete top. I am pulling out my instructions to see what our next step is. We are to gather the 2 rectangles that we have here, and it says refer to the pillow construction basics. I will tell you, all of the instructions, you need to read the last half of every pattern so far that I've seen with Missouri Star Quilt Company. The last half of the pattern is all of your piecing instructions. General information, press seams, borders, pillow top backing when quilting, pillow back. And I'm not quilting, so I'm not going to quilt this. I'm just sewing a pillow together. And then here's one, a pillow back envelope. Okay, it looks like we've already cut our fabric to be a envelope style. Okay, so what we have to do with one is we have to do a double fold on it, press it, and then stitch it. Okay, now what we are going to do is add the pillow backing on. I put right sides together. This is not how the instructions say. I can't figure them out, but that's okay. I am lining up my edges because what I'm doing is sewing it on the end first. I'm sewing my end first. And once I get the end done, then I will sew the sides. So now we have both of our ends done. So now what we have to do, now I will have to pin this to make sure that I'm not slipping, that I'm not getting off track anywhere. So I am going to get my pins out here. And go ahead and pin. Like, I know this side is even right here, so I'm just going to put 2 pins holding this in place. Now I'm just working on this top piece right now to make sure I have it even and the edges good. Now, you know, pillows have puffiness to them, so I'm not too worried that it's not the same size. As long as I can get my edges even, I'm good. Okay, so that is that piece. So the next thing we're going to do is turn this flap over. And we are going to make sure that it is even. Like this. And I know you're seeing the back side of it, but I will show you what I've done. And I'm taking the pins that I have in it and holding the seams and just pulling them out and securing both of them together. So, okay, so you'll see here I have my ends pinned. There's an end underneath here. So what I am going to do is stitch all the way down on both sides, and that will secure our envelope flap. And I will even give a more secure stitch on the flap where it opens. Okay, so I have my pillow casing done. I do want to press it. Let me get it. I do want to press it to, well, I probably don't need to press it. Let me get the pillow in it. Here is my Missouri Star Quilt Company Hexie pillow. I think it turned out great. It is a little loose. I'm not sure why, but it's okay. I could probably put an 18-inch in here and fill this thing all the way up. But guys, this is it. Tell me what you think. If you're still here, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button. Leave a comment. I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.